Good morning. It's Miss Keisha. I'm gonna be short and sweet. I'm not gonna be long-winded or anything like that. We'll get right to the point. The word says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Um, and He is telling us that everything that we need has been provided. Our physical bodies have the ability to keep us alive. It keep us well, keep us healthy. It can even fight illness. He's placed vegetation on this earth, protein, meat, water, everything that he needs. He went a step further and gave us the knowledge and capabilities to create things like running water, electricity, toiletries, medicine. We made things harder by making it a system where we have to pay for it instead of all of us working like we're supposed to. We got kicked out the garden where we wouldn't have had to work and sweat and have pain and suffering and the knowledge of evil. And then we took it a step further. He still put us in a position where we had to work. But if you look around, he gave everything that we needed. It's not about wants, it's about need. And then we again made a mistake and created hierarchy, power, separation, racism, sexism, all these different things. One, creating separation. Creating what? Negativity, creating tension between people. Um, we have the Word, we have the Bible. The Bible is there for our emotional battles, our mental battles, our financial battles. If you look at anything in the Bible, just you can relate it to everyday life. So basically, we have a blueprint right in front of us. We know what we shouldn't be doing. He's told us what will happen. The wages of sin is death. But we still, one generation after the next, continue to do the exact opposite of what God told us to. The fact that in 2022 people still don't believe in God is downright ridiculous. You believe in the Mayans, you believe in your zodiac sign, you believe in astrology, but there's a book, whether all of it is true or not, because of course there's a little bit of lie in everything and there's truth in every lie. We all know this. But he's given us a blueprint telling us don't do this, don't do that. If you do this, this will happen. There are stories in the Bible that tell us about people who are trying to take over power, not faithful in their relationships, who don't keep their body pure, who are greedy, who are gluttonous, who are jealous, who are envious, who are rich, who are poor. And there are examples of their lives in their stories, in those stories, that show us where they made a mistake. But we continue to make the same mistakes. We are about the dumbest things I've ever seen, no disrespect. One time after another, we've done the opposite of what God told us to, and nation after nation. This time he says man will ruin the world. He will not come back and take us down this time. We ain't gonna be flooded. We ain't gonna uh, be turned to stone. He has said that we will take this world down, that we will be responsible for our destruction. And if you look around, we truly are already. Um, we're killing the environment, that not just the ozone. We're cutting down trees everywhere. We're being greedy with animals for other reasons outside of need, killing them. We put so many poisons into society that some stuff are not even safe to have. Um, we've created a need for greed, power, money, and capitalization that has caused a disruption in our lives. If we are God's favored being, if we are top of the food chain, even in society's point of view, why is everything else in this world, every other living creature, taken care of without the difficulties that we have to take care of ourselves? Because we created those difficulties. They are more submissive and obeying the, how do you say, the law of the land than we are. We created all these different viewpoints, antidotes, options to make one of us feel better than another instead of embracing and loving one another. The word says to love thy neighbor. And in relationships, you're supposed to love that partner more than you love yourself. You're supposed to be giving. Everything is supposed to be selfless in society. But we've created a society where it's about power, greed, money, hierarchy, separation. And there should be none. You cut everything on this earth, it bleeds. We are the same. I truly, I, I'm guilty of it too. I'm stupid just like the next, excuse my crass word, but there really is no other word for it. The Word of God has showed us every error that there can be, has showed us every avenue of the better answer so that we don't have to suffer, has showed us civilizations that have been uh, put into exile, who have been punished, who have been almost erased, who have been denied their birthright, but yet and still, the next generation, one generation after the next, we must think we smarter than the last dummy, but still do the same dumb stuff. It's not that hard. We must be the most foolish thing ever, the most foolish being, although we're supposed to be the top of the food chain, that I have ever seen, because animals take care of themselves. They don't have to stop at the corner store and buy a gallon of milk. They don't have to count change. Money has no true value, especially anymore. There's not even enough gold to back out the dollar bills that they're sending us in America. We all broke. And all the gold, the rubies, the diamond, the silver, God provided this. Where in our minds did we become so full of ourselves that we thought we had a right to charge? What happened to exchange of goods or exchange of services? God put waters over 70% of this planet, but we have to pay for it. God gave some man the knowledge to create electricity, but we have to pay for it. We should have used our knowledge to help one another, not to charge one another, not to put one section down. Poverty is, I just don't. No one should be suffering because of poverty. No one should be suffering because of the amount on their paycheck. No one should be hungry. No one should be homeless. Do you know how many empty houses or boarded up houses that I see? And I'm just one person. There should not be one homeless, hungry person on these streets. Exchange goods. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's as simple as, I got 2 packs of meat. You got 2 gallons of milk. I'll give you a pack of meat for those 2 gallons of milk. Oh, you're building this house. I know how to do plumbing, but my car needs to be fixed. All right, you fix my car. I'll hook your plumbing up. It really is that simple. We've created this system that hurts us. We keep talking about how are we going to fix economy? By learning to give and to take. By learning to get rid of greed. By learning to worship God. By learning to be selfless. By learning to be kind to one another. By learning to use the fruits of the Spirit, by putting on the full armor of God. Our enemy should be the devil, not us. Our hands are full just dealing with spiritual warfare against him, and he does attack those on a daily basis. He has a full-out game plan against us, and we done made it so we're fighting each other and not just him. The spiritual warfare will continue. That's what we should be concentrating on, beating together. Spiritual warfare, fighting the devil. That's our job. Choose a side. God or the devil. We could fix this economy in every country there was if we wanted to. We choose not to. And who all the greatest riches is in this country? That share. It's that simple. Share. The Lord shared his life for us to continue on. That could have been our last chance. He could have wiped us clear off his work for messing with his son. God has given us the blueprint. It's called the Bible. No matter what religion you are, you have something similar to the Bible. Tomato, the Quran. There are books, the Book of Enoch, the Lost Books of Eden, the Apocrypha. There is something in your culture which represents a Bible. And that's just going to be a title for it, okay? There are basic instructions for us to get along in life. If we want to change, we have to make the change. And we have to get rid of greed and envy. And all we have to do is go back to the basics. And once we go back to the basics, our inner self, which is God, because we are connected to him, will tell us what is right and what is wrong. And we have to start following that. Then we can work together to fight the devil. We're helping him to defeat us. We're walking right into temptation. We're creating an environment where the greed and envy that helps him to defeat us thrives. Let's do the exact opposite, you guys. Let's start reading our word. Let's start having a relationship with God. Let's start being joyful, graceful, and appreciative of what he's given us. And let's start to realize that what we think we need is sometimes just a want. He's given us all that we need, and we just have to reach out and take it. Faith and work. You do have to put the work in. But putting the work in will be a lot less stressful if we stop with all this segregation, classifications, greed, power, this hierarchy, all of it. Have a blessed day, and thank you for joining me at Journey of the Word Ministries, home of every name known to God, where all are welcome and we nurture relationship over religion. And I hope you have a blessed upcoming week. Thank you.